If ever there was a gut check moment for this team over the last little while, I think that third period, those opening minutes, I mean, what did you see there and what did that do?
Yeah, to be honest, our second period wasn't very good. We'll put it all that way. It wasn't acceptable, but you got to give kudos to the guys in the room. They talked before going out for the third and about this is a real serious time that we need a response. So kudos to them to go out there and plot 3 goals in I don't know how many minutes, 5 minutes maybe, and
Two and a bit.
Yeah, I don't look at the clock, so I don't know. So honestly, it was great for them because you know what, it's been a tough time right now, not just offensively, but just obviously find ways to win games, and this league's never going to give you an easy moment. So I think to come out of these times right now, I think it's a right way to come out of it rather than winning a game 7-1. It's fine. It's a little bit of determination, a little bit of grit, and a little bit of passion to find a way to get a win.
Is this one of the bigger character moments that maybe you've been a part of with this team?
I don't know if I class.
Yeah,
we just needed a win. We just needed to get a win, especially to carry some momentum back home here. Obviously, have a day of rest tomorrow and get back to it. I think it's just starting to try to build some positive momentum day in, day out, and see where the results take us. But I think it just starts with practice again on Friday, and we just can't be complacent after one good period. We need to come back, work our butts off Friday, and then get back for a good test at home.
But it is all about those little moments, right? So like that one goal goes in for Nico, and then I don't want to say everyone gets excited, right? But it's like those little building blocks that allow for those next 2 to come.
Yeah,
right?
Hockey's a game of momentum, good or bad. It's all about momentum, and that's the way the league works. And obviously we haven't had that a lot on our side lately, but so that feeling for those guys obviously elated them. And, it was great to see a couple shots go in the net for those guys, too. It's great shot by Luke and Grits. And then, obviously, we just needed a weird goal to go in. And, obviously, that happened with the first one. So, we'll take it. And it's time to move on.
And then just at the end of the game there with the 6-on-5, just the way everyone was defending. And really, the late penalty for Dilly there. Just like, those are big.
Yeah, definitely momentum boosters, and if they would have scored on that PK, it would have obviously took the life out of those couple minutes that we gave us. But, the guys did a great job in the penalty kill tonight. Something we've really been talking about a lot internally, trying to find ways to get better. And it doesn't get better overnight, but tonight was a really good step.
Thanks. Nico, those opening few minutes of the third period was a real gut check moment for you guys. I mean, what are you most proud of about the way you guys maybe had that second period that I'm sure you weren't happy with and come out with that huge effort?
Just very proud. I think we needed a moment like that, and we were talking about it, that we needed, and we went out there and deserved it at the end, and proud of the group. The game wasn't going our way again for 2 periods, and having that change of mentality coming out in the third and push for not even just tie it up, to even go for the win. It's funny how it works sometimes. One goes in, and then all of a sudden the other shots go in too. So just sticking with it, and like I said, proud of the team because we need a moment like that.
Did it feel like one of the bigger moments, one of the bigger periods of the season so far?
100%. We're in a tough stretch. We won a game. We got to build on that now, but obviously we got to start somewhere, and I think a spark like that can help change the momentum.
And just the way Jake was able to sort of keep you guys, that's where it starts, really.
Yeah, unbelievable. Without Jake, we're not getting that win. It was a big save, especially at the end too. But throughout the whole game, he was outstanding again and gave us a chance to stay in the game. And at the end of the game, gave us the chance to win that game.
There were a lot of little building blocks too, but particularly at the end of that third period, just Dilly takes that penalty, and you guys go out there and kill that penalty. The 6-on-5, is that all part of those building blocks from that offensive push that you guys had?
Yeah,
it's the way you're feeling about your game, right?
Yeah, obviously when they went in, that gives you energy, and sometimes it's not going your way. It's hard to find that energy, but that's something we have to learn. If it's not going our way the first couple of periods, we got to stick with it. We got to play a full 60 minutes, and we got to create our energy here inside ourselves, and that's the hard thing. And I think we did that really, really well in the second intermission here, and came out and came to play.
I was going to say, is that what that second period or second intermission was about for you? Is we've got to find that.
Yeah, it was. Words were said. Brownie said some things, and I think it was very good for our group. And he stood up, and we were talking about that energy that we need to create positive momentum. And like I said, it's very important that we cut that down tonight and try to switch momentum. And hopefully this gives us a little spark.
Luke, just your overall thoughts about the change in momentum for this group coming into that third period, and just how badly, given the situation is for this team, you guys needed that.
Yeah, I mean, it was massive for morale as a group, to come back and score some goals there and, just close it out also. We did a really good job of shutting them down, and Jake stood on his head in the end there. And, it was just a really resilient win, and I'm proud of this group.
Jake Allen was saying, sometimes in these moments it's better to win games like this than blowing out a team 7-1 just because it is of that character build.
Yeah, I think so. We really need this one, as a group to come together. And, obviously we haven't been scoring a lot of goals lately. And for us to come together in this room and go out there and score 3 in the third period is huge for morale. And hopefully we build into that into the new year.
For you on that first goal it was Nico, were you just planning to just get it to the net, or did you see Nico?
I kind of saw them talking before the draw that they were going to go to Jack. And, they kind of flanked out to both guys. And, I just saw 2-on-1 in front of the net, and I just tried to get the puck there. And obviously, I don't think anyone saw anything. And, it just went in. And obviously, Nico got a tip on it, which was huge. And, it's big for our power play to score, because I thought we were really good in Toronto and, just didn't score. But, I thought we had a lot of good chances, and, it's nice for us to get rewarded.
How much do you feel the intensity of that moment, just like getting that one goal as a group? Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. I think, Sheldon came in and said, if we get one, we're going to get two. And he said the same thing in Toronto. I think everyone believes that. If once we get one, things start to snowball. And, that was big for us today.
You mentioned it a little bit before, but just the way the game also closed out. You guys are up by 1 goal. You have that ability. Dilly takes that penalty. The 6-on-5. Like those are big gut check moments for this group, particularly the way things have gone.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge gut check. Obviously, Jake made an unbelievable save to end the game and save the game for us. And it's big for a penalty kill. Obviously, we were disappointed with how things have gone lately, but we won the special teams battle tonight, which was huge. Choking on my words.
All good. It's okay. Good. We got one more for you.
But yeah, it was a huge kill out of those guys and a big gut check.
Nico was just saying that in that second intermission, Brownie stood up and basically said, rallied the troops in a positive way. Let's find that extra energy. What was that moment like? And maybe if you can just speak to who he's become for this group.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's nice hearing from different voices throughout the locker room. Obviously, we don't have a lot of vocal leaders, but when things need to be said, guys say it. And today was Brownie's turn to step up and kind of motivate the troops to go out there and build some momentum for our team.
Thanks.
Coach, we've got Sheldon Keefe join us.
Sheldon, first of all, really, really impressive third period from your group. Not only from maybe the hockey standpoint, but you really just saw the character shine through. Just want to get your overall thoughts. This has been a really tough stretch of hockey. What you saw from your group, and what impressed you the most?
Well, just that we stayed with it. Things have not been going well, and have not been going our way. It's back to back. The guys could go out and just kind of get through the third period rather than trying to make a statement. We had talked about and felt strongly that if we got one, we were going to get two. We also felt that if we got a power play, that would get us started. So once we got the power play, you kind of feel the bench rise a little bit, and then to score as instantly as we did, I think that just gave the guys lots of life and energy and confidence, and we saw it happen from there. It's tremendous. So 2 just great goals, both those shots by Gritsik and Luke were outstanding with authority to score those goals. So yeah, it's a gutsy effort by the guys. I'm proud of them tonight.
Well, Sheldon, you talked about it yesterday when you have your captain, kind of go out there out of character. You say maybe it's not going to show up like he did in that game, maybe not the first 2 periods, but then he gets the first goal, and you just kind of sense like this is the turning point, hopefully. And so what can you just speak about the captain, following through and backing up what he did yesterday?
Well, it's fitting, for sure, and he certainly earned that. I think, whether he scores the goal or not, or whether we win the game or not, I think, it shows a lot about how much he cares. So to see him get rewarded, I'm happy for him. But also, it just makes sense. Like this, I don't know. This game has works in strange ways, and so for it to work out like that is tremendous, and that's why you do those kind of things. Because sometimes it just shakes the trees enough that some things start to go your way.
Well, I know you mentioned the word authority. That's something you talked about prior to the game, wanting to see the group play with more of that attitude. Did you really see a lot of that in the third period? Because it was really evident, even on the PK, the dominance on the clears, being hard on the puck and the forecheck. What did you kind of see from that?
Well, the third period, no question. I thought the penalty kill was good throughout the game, so it was nice to see that continue in the third. But yeah, like I said, once things start to kind of go your way, it's just it breathes new life in the group. They're waiting for something good to happen for them. It's hard when it's not, but it breathes new life in you. And like I've been talking about and telling our team, we're way closer than you think. It may not feel it, but we're way closer than you think, and it showed here today. I mean, just within 4 minutes, it turns, and we put ourselves in a position to win the game and then seal it. So it's certainly a great feeling and a great way to close out the year.
Everything is sort of about these little moments, and Nico was just telling me that in the second intermission, Connor Brown stood up, and he was one of the voices that stood up. And, it wasn't negative. It was, let's find that extra energy. It's something that you've talked a lot about is empty the tank when you need to. Is that what you saw? And then if you can kind of speak to just how valuable moments like that can be in a locker room.
I think it just gives you more to to tap into. You've been through it, you feel it. We've talked about that on a few different occasions, particularly on these back-to-backs. That there's more in the reserve. You just sometimes you gotta talk yourself into it, and that was my message to them after the second one. We gotta convince ourselves of it, tell ourselves the right story mentally on our own. Or on your own, and then bring up a teammate and bring the energy to the bench and to the ice. So I don't know, just little things like that all add up. And I think we played a good first period here again today. Didn't like our second. Certainly we were outplayed for most of that. But to come off the mat and come out the way that we did, to take charge of the game, leaves you feeling good about the group.
You talk about like those little moments to feel better. I mean, you sort of feel lifted by those goals. Is that sort of what you kind of see at the end of the game where you're killing off that penalty by Dilly? You have that 6-on-5. Like just those goals help those moments.
Yeah, for sure. It breeds all of that. It gives the guys an opportunity to meet the challenge and overcome the challenge. Guys are blocking shots, guys are grinding, guys are playing through fatigue. That save that Jake Allen made at the end of the game, from the bench view, looks like it's a sure goal, but he stays with it enough to compete hard enough to come out and come over and make that save. Yeah, it's just it's great. That's hockey.
It's winning hockey.